Right, hello everyone and welcome to my live stream. Today I'm going to be doing the ink colours on these 4 Pinup beauties. So let's get started and I hope you enjoy it. Which one should I begin with? Always a tough choice. Let's begin with a little bit of this one, shall we? I'll just move these ones out of the way. Let's get a bit of colour going. A bit of room. All this stuff, all just a bit congested here. Get a bit of colour. I will probably end up doing a little bit on each as I go, progressing through them all. That will make life easier. Let's get this pink going. Spot of that for the dress colours and a bit of blue. That shall do me for now. Alright, what else do I need? I need a rough sheet of paper. Come on, where are you? There we go. Alright, rough sheet paper, bit of water. Just gotta make sure to test some of my colours before I start doing them. That's a little bit. It's not too bad actually, once it's watered down a bit. Let's make sure to go. Start a bit fairer. And then add more as I go. Just so I don't stuff anything up. So this here is Miss Tinkerbell, which I drew last week for my Draw Me Sheardo comp. Now I'm going to ink her up, do the full colour, get it looking awesome. It's always good when you can do that. Let the natural water bleed, and then it blends nice and naturally for you. Sometimes you do this, you just paint with actual water, no ink at all, and then just add a little bit of ink on, and then you watch it blend and bleed through, and then you end up with some lovely colour variants in there. Legs darker because of the stockings. I'm going to be layering lots of different colours, so I don't need to worry too much about getting hues exactly right now, because I'll be adding different layers and different colours later on. So there's the skin tone done on my first pin up here. Let's add some extra details for those patterns in a dress. This is just an underlay right now, so I don't need to be too Precious with it. She's got a lovely pattern in this dress, for the reference from her Instagram. And so I just need to imitate it. This is a beautiful lime green. I love it. Just buy all my paints bit by bit. I don't go and buy them all in one hit. Otherwise you're going to be out of pocket way too much. So I always like to just go out spruik for a few little things every now and then. Let's get some of this blue happening. There we go. I think that's enough of the blue. Always going to need a little bit of paper toweling just to clean your brush off every now and then. Put that to the side. Alright, let's get out this nice lovely pink. Probably a bit bright for the petticoat, so I'll just add a little bit of water and spread out that ink. Ink's a lot like watercolors in a way, how it works and how you can use it. A lot of people get scared of using inks, but I don't think you need to worry too much. They do dry much quicker, and once they're dried, they're set. You're not changing anything. But you got a fair amount of time before that happens, so you don't have to worry too much. All right, she's got some of this pink in her dress as well. Let's get a few flowers around and such. Trying to avoid that blue though. The lime green's dried already, but the blue hasn't. And if I go anywhere near that blue, it's going to bleed everywhere and look terrible. So I've got to avoid that. All right. That's probably enough of the red in there. What do you reckon? Yeah, it's nice. Nice. Let's do some of the other elements. Earrings too. And I can't forget the lips. Might leave a little spot of white on the lips there just to do that highlight. That looks pretty good. I might wet my brush. This is always the dangerous part. Do a quick test to make sure it's just a smudge, little bit of, maybe a little bit more. Just want to put a little bit of redness in those cheeks. Oh, it's so easy to accidentally do too much red there. Now it looks pretty red in the image there, but that will dry a lot a lot cooler and softer. That looks pretty good for my first layer here. I'm not going to go into the darker colors yet, like I'm not going to do a hair or anything like that. I'll keep that softer for a little bit. And I might move on to one of my other characters here, one of the other lovely ladies, while I let this one dry. So I'm going to move this. Well, I'm right-handed, so I'm always putting my hand here, so I don't want to put this drawing to the right and then smudge it later. So I am going to move it to the left, to the left, to the left. And let's get going on this one. So this is Miss Jolene LaRouge. She's a wonderful burlesque performer, and I just love this outfit and the big sprawl. It looks amazing. So let's get cracking on some colours here, shall we? Oh, now I want to try to utilise what colours I've got in my palette first. So I will start with the flesh tones and just make sure it is soft enough. And I can always add another layer. It's probably a bit too pale, but I can always add more layers on later. Sometimes when you do this too, you'll notice, because I'm painting over the line work's getting a bit muddy and grayer, but I can always, once again, go back and touch up the line work and make that a little bit more in there. Now there's a few bits where the outfit's sheer, so I'll just paint some flesh tone there and we'll add some extra stuff to that later. Okay, let's sometimes I just use my piece of paper as a palette, just darken up. This is just regular A4 paper folded over. It's going to get messy and grainy later on. So I can get rid of that bit later. Just get out a new sheet of paper. There we go. So a little bit darker around the stockings. There we go. Looking nice. I like that. It's a bit warmer. Might use a little bit of that now and hopefully that will blend a little bit. There we go. Okay. Oh, her hair. I need to get out a bit of this yellow. And I'm gonna yellow that up. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, see that? Much brighter. Here's a lot oranger though. I think it needs more yellow. I might. What have I got? I don't have any more palettes. I just got this tiny one. Oh, I know what I got. I always keep a few of these little leftover sauce things, you know, from when you go and get your spring rolls. They're always good to have another little container around that you can just mess up when you need to. Now, there's not too much here to do, so I might just drop that in there. Let's see, is that orange stuff? Oh, I think that's looking neat. Oh, you can't see that out. That's looking good, so I'm gonna. Oh, it's quite yellow. Not orange enough. Let's dip it on a tiny bit of that red. Oh, I might have overdone it now. Let's see. Ah, there we go, beautiful. So this first layer that I'm doing, I'll probably be just doing the main hue. I won't be worrying about shadows or shading, not too much occasionally, and then I'll be adding that a little bit later. All right, let's whack that orange over to the side. I'm not going to need that for a bit. Might need it a bit later though, you never know. And let's get out this red again. I'm going to start over here. Probably made it a bit too heavy, but it's not fully sheer over here, so it should be a little bit more solid. Hi, Miss Cherry Bomb. I see you here. I hope you're feeling much better today. Last I spoke, you weren't too well, so I hope you're doing good. Thanks for everyone also who's popping in and watching. Weather's terrible in Melbourne at the moment. We've just got out of lockdown and massive storms hit us. We got all the luck, but can't be helped. So just leaving that extra little shine there on the shoes to make sure it's pops. And every now and then I'll just put a little bit of extra water and ink on my brush. I like being a little bit messy with my ink colours. Doesn't hurt a drawing to be let your hand do the talking sometimes and just let the natural blend of the ink just pop out. Sometimes it's good. Lets everyone know it was hand done. It's not done in a computer. No Control Z, no edit undo here. Just lots and lots of practice. I forgot to colour in her belly. Whoops. I'll have to go back and do that. Not right now. I've got too much red on my brush. All right, how's that looking? That's coming along. Okay, so let's get this bit going. Notice I did these two sections at the same time with the heavier ink. Now I'm doing these two sections when the ink's drying up a little bit. It gives a slight variance in tone, makes you tell that it's a different material. Just a little extra tip. Sometimes I leave these tiny little gaps between things. One, it's so the ink doesn't bleed. You can see the ink's bleeding there. Oh well. But also it highlights the separations sometimes and just looks cool, I think. That line's probably going to bleed too. Oh well. All right, now I might wash my brush and fix up that little belly I didn't colour in. A bit of the torso. Oh no, it's going to bleed. That there, I do not want to happen. Oh well. You can always patch things. None of this is dried yet, so you get out your good little bit of paper towel and you just soak it up. There we go. Let's soak up that on the leg there while I'm at it. Clean that up, make that look a little bit better. There we go. Voila! Catastrophe avoided. Alright, let's get on with the rest of this outfit. I'm going to use a lot more water in this one. I should have used more water. Let's just get out the water and spread it out because I want the sheerness of this. Oh, look at that. That always looks great. I love that. Let's just paint water all along here and add a dash of colour in stripes. And that will, oh, boom, look at that. Get the dark and light in there. Oh! That's the bit where everyone thinks it's really dangerous. And it kind of is, because if you stuff it up, you stuff it up. So you just got to go a bit lighter. Let's spread this all out. It's a bit dark right now, but add more water, spread it out, and I'll try to do the same thing as I did on the other side. Let's hope I can make it even. Get some dark out. Boom, boom. Oh, that one came out good. I love it when it spreads. Oh no, went over. Just get that finger in, smudge it. Boom. Look at that. Oh, I like it. It's always a bit of fun. Okay, let's get the sheer happening over here. Can't be fully see-through, so I've got to add a little bit more colour. There we go. All right, and now let's see if I can get a little bit of rosiness to her cheeks. There we go. Let's put a bit on the knees. Anywhere where you get lots of blood flow, neck, definitely the cheeks. Do a little bit more on the cheeks. There we go. All right. I think that one's done for the time being. I should be able to touch test this one. That's okay. Yep. Clean my brush and get onto another one while this dries. And so I'll keep going like this. It's always good to do a few at once. Saves time. Otherwise, I'd have to get out the hairdryer. But you all don't want to see the hairdryer going. That's going to make too much noise. Let me move some room. Pop this Tinkerbell up here in the corner. We still want to be able to see her though. There you are. There you are. Pop this one on top. There you go. And I'm going to stick with the reds for the time being. So I'm going to jump over here to Miss Monrose's. Sorry, Miss Dolly. Oh, sorry, Miss Dolly. That way I can keep using the paints that I've got here. Okay. Start with the lighter colours. So let's get into that flesh tone first. And all that. And now I'm going to go straight into, while that's still wet, I'll go straight into adding the rouge. Oh, looks a bit solid, doesn't it? A bit heavy. Yeah, that's all right. Can always just add more water and spread it out. Go into the neck. It's a good thing. While paint's still wet, you can still pick it up on your brush and move it around. There we go. Much nicer, much softer. Right. Legs. Right. First layer done. Now this dress. This is going to be tough. This dress has a... oh, it's going to be so tough. All right. What am I going to do here? It has a plaid pattern. So I'm going to start with... I've lightly drawn it in here. So I've got a guide. But the horizontal stripes need to be thicker. Not thicker. What's the word? Talking and drawing. Ugh, brain goes. Needs a softer red. Oh, and now I'm going to worry that it's going to bleed when I put the real red in for the rest of it. Anyway, this is going to look good. Trust me. Okay, so sometimes it's all about the details. And sometimes when I do these details, I start off, really, really into it and super detailed. And then by the end of it, you get a little bit over it. You couldn't be bothered. And that's dangerous. The most important thing is to be consistent. Okay, so if you're not gonna, it doesn't matter if you do loose details as long as you're doing consistent. I do love this dress though, it's gorgeous. I'm avoiding adding more to my brush wherever I can because I'd hate to change the color too much. Yeah, see, that's a teeny tiny bit too red. Okay. There we go. Whew. All right. Be dangerous to do anything on that right now, so I'm just going to cut to her hair. Oh, she's also got orange hair. Let's get out this one. But I think it's a little bit darker than Miss Jolly. Let's have a go at that. Oh, geez, don't drop it, Mark. Oh. I don't have any really dark colours. That's not right. I need to add. Oh my gosh. What have I got? Yes. Got this blue ink wash. And oh, that's purple. No, don't want the purple. So this is a little thing I do. I use all these herb jars. There, the brown. The brown, that's what I need. I use these herb jars to store my ink washes in. That way I mix my ink wash to the right consistency I want. And then I just hang on to it. It's great. The herb jars keep all the moisture out, so they keep all the wetness in if you're doing. I'll be using these a bit later. This is just straight up brown. Oh, don't drop it. Oh, there's too much stuff everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna. The reason why this keeps going everywhere is because of this bloody lid. So let's just get rid of that lid. Now that's not going to fall everywhere. Still not happy with it. It needs to get a little bit darker, but I'm hesitant to put maybe a little drop of purple. Might do. Oh, I got blue out. Blue my way. Where did I put it? Here it is. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. It's gone muddy. If I don't get it right, I don't get it right, and I just leave it. Throw it all out. Let's add some more red. Nah, see, it's just going to get muddier and muddier and muddier. Needs to be really red. Alright. I'm going to pull that out. Try again. Need to get this colour right. It's too pink. Let's try this one. Ugh. I don't want to be mixing right on top of my pictures, but you don't want to see all this. I hate it when they're. Oh! When they clog up. Alright. Oh, that could have been dangerous. Splatter everywhere. I think there's a little bit over there, but that's alright, not too bad. Most of it went in there. Okay. Let's see. Oh, needs a little bit more orange now. Sometimes fighting with colours and getting the right colour is one of the most difficult parts. There we go. Oh, there we go. Hey? Looks quite red on that screen, but it's a bit more orange to me. That looks like the right darkness for her hair. Make sure I add a little bit of water to it. There we go. Look at that. There we go. All that work just to get that that little bit of colour done. But you know what? That little bit of colour was important, I think. There we go. I might use a little bit of this colour though on her tattoos here. It's always good to use the same colours around and about. Less is more. There we go. All right, now, yep, that little soft pink wash I did is fully dry, so let's get that out of the way. I hate to spill it. And I think I'm just going to fold this in, and then I can start again with that. There's my little ink palette. I need more of the red. I'm going to go on this time so it doesn't splatter everywhere. There we go. Just going to need more of that. All right. Let's see how we go. I'm going to do every little square. And then hopefully that will help me get that plaid pattern. Anyway, how's everyone else doing? I hope you're all doing well out there, looking after each other and yourselves. Is that right? I've lost the pattern here. Oh well, let's just keep going. Had the pattern go right everywhere else. Lost it there. Okay, let's start it again. This is why I normally do like a what do you call it? Time lapse of my work, because this stuff takes a while. It's slow. I'm normally at this for a while. These little drawings, little A4 drawings, still take a long time to do. I think artists get underappreciated sometimes. It's not only the amount of time it takes to do a drawing, but also the amount of time it took to get the skills to be able to do that drawing. Here we go. There we go. You notice on the outsides, I don't go into full detail and make sure it's perfect. It doesn't really matter when you get there. It's really just where you want to draw the focus and intention, where you got to get things perfect. So they do similar things in photography when they, you know, do that soft filter and everything's out of focus except for the face and eyes. Really makes that area stand out and capture your eye, the viewer's eye. And the same can be done with art. You can get more abstract and show less detail the further away from where you're drawing the attention, which is why a lot of times your backgrounds you'll just do very abstract. I'm going to be doing a little bit of dry brush later on backgrounds here. Just do a splash of contrasting color to these dames and really pop out the drawing and finish it off with a bit of flourish. There we go, nearly done here. Oh, so this one's copped all the detail and attention. But hopefully it's going to be worth it, especially once I add the black pinstripes that go in there. Sometimes you just got to take that extra leap and go a little bit further, just for the sake of a good drawing. There we go. All right. Looking cool. I'm going to leave that one there. I think one more thing I need to do. Let's make sure to draw the lip, colour the lips in with the red while I'm here. There we go. I might put a little bit more on this heart locket and ice cream and the flowers. Boom. There we go. Yeah, I think this one's Hesitant. I think it's still got a little bit more to dry. So I will move on to drawing number 4. Oh golly, it's Miss Dolly. Once again, talking about detail. That took me a fair bit to ink up to do the line work there. So let's get cracking. Okay. I'm going to try to avoid painting over the black areas because it's heavy black, and when I paint over it, it's going to muddy it. I'm going to need to put more line work on it later, so I'll avoid that. Always double check, especially once you're about to draw on the face. You can get away with stuffing up other areas, but the second you put a big blob in the center of the face, even when you try to fix it, it can cause issues. All right, now I'm going to get into this darker flesh tone. Just going to wet it down a little bit. For this one, I am going to do a little bit of the shadows. There we go. And I'll just use that little bit of paper to do the rest of them. I don't want dark shadows on this one. Okay, but I can also use that. I'm not going to need this anymore, so let's just darken it up. There we go. Beautiful. That can help me do my legs for its sheer. What I'm going to do though, I'm going to just leave a bit in the middle, and that'll do the highlight for me. You know, now I've got this big white line down the middle. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Done. All right, I need to get green. I don't have a teal green, so let's see. Oh, look at that. That'll be my good green. That'll work, I think. I hope. Just blowing on this for a bit. I don't. I'm worried. I'm worried it's going to bleed into the skin on the face. Dangerous. That would be real bad. A big bit of splodge of green on the face. There we go. I'll just paint over all that black there. I'll just touch up that black there later. There we go. The other thing I might do, a teeny tiny bit more blue to it, just for the hair. Just to bring that out a little bit from the earrings. And then I'm going to wet it a bit and colour in these tattoos. It's a light tattoo. I think that's fine. There's another tattoo down here or something. That'll all just fade down nicely. And I should colour in those lips. I know it's black lipstick, but just to make it green on this one, just for the highlight so it stands out a little bit. I think I put too much green there. I'm just going to pull that up. There we go. Voila. Oh, nearly done. So there's the first coat done on all of them. So now I've got to go back to the start. So I'm going to run back to Miss Jolene LaRouche and Miss Tinkerbell and start there and do the second coat. So let me get this wet mediums out of the way while I shift things around. And now we're going to go on to the dark colours. So when you're inking up, you want to start with your light colours first. Because if you put any dark colours down, or you just want to start lighter and move to darker. I think that one's all dry. Cool. Okay. Now let's get out. What are we going to put on here? I want to darken up this red in my palette so I can do a dark shade of red. Oh, that's my black ink. I don't want to mess with the black ink yet. That's dangerous. Oh, that's what I need. This is my black ink wash. And I should have my brown ink wash. I have a red ink wash as well. I might mess with all of those right now. Let's get out the red. And these are also good to just mix. If you add just black ink to some paint to mix it, oh my god, just the tiniest drop turns it the darkest tone ever. So using a black ink wash to then add some colour, means you can do that, and then that's heaps better. Now I can paint with this darker red. Get a second layer. I want to be too strong, so I just need to add some water to that. There we go. Similar technique over here. Voila. Oh, heavy-handed, Mark. Settle down. Oh, the dry brush looks good on there, doesn't it? Looks all right. I just got to make it a little bit darker around the legs to make those legs pop a little bit more. Dry brush on this side. There we go. There we go. Use a bit of this. There. And I'll use a bit for the shadows there. There we go. That's looking good. All right. I'll let that one dry for a bit. I think I'm done with my colours there. I'm going to pop that out of the way. Oh. I'll let that dry for a bit before I do my ink wash. Let's get cracking. This Tinkerbell here. No, I'm not going to start with black ink. I'm going to start with brown. No, I'm going to start with red. Now, this is a brown ink. I haven't made an ink wash of it yet because I was using it for another project. The red's a good red ink wash. And I know it sounds weird shading with a bit of red, but when you do layers of ink washes, varying colours, really brings out different shades and angles of colours. I went too heavy there, but I can just bring it up again. There we go. Look at that. Nice. Cool. There we go. This is good for the red ink wash there. I'll let that dry for a little bit. I already did sort of a red ink wash on this one, but let's do a little bit more. Just a tad. Oh, running out of room on the table. Let's go to Miss Monrose's here. The thing about Miss Monroe's is she's wearing a red dress, so there will be a lot of red bounce light around her. So there we go. Golly. Let's grab you, Miss Dolly. There we go. It just brings up a little. And it's all set and easy because it's all prepared earlier. Here's one I prepared earlier. There we go. Okay, I'll put a cap on that. That's done. I do have a blue as well. The blue's good to bring out. I'll just go over the other side there. Just gives a little bit of variance in the shadows and highlights. That's about done there. I'll put that in the corner to dry. It's Tinkerbell. Let's get a bit of the blue on you. Miss Tinkerbell does not have white hair, no. Save the black for last. Same as on the dress. I don't want to end up with too many Black bleeds so easily into the rest of the ink, so you've got to avoid that. So I will do all the black line work last, including the dress as well. Go. Oops, missed. There we go, looking groovy. This is where everything starts to come together a lot more and a lot quicker. Yeah, I do love this part. Adding the ink wash to everything just brings out. And you can get real messy and quick with this, you know, you don't need to be too worried, too pedantic. Oh, gotta fix that. I've done this mistake before. Put too much around the nose, makes it look like they've got a mustache. Very few ladies want to look like they've got a mustache, so just be careful. There we go. All right. One last one for the blue ink wash. Roses. Shadow from that flower. Whoops, that's a bit too much. Quick, get rid of some of that. And then save it. Oh, still no good. Now she looks like. We want the 50s look, not the 60s look. We don't want blue eyeshadow. 40s and 50s. I want it to just look like a bit of light. That's better. Sometimes I do this ink wash first, and then I do the rest of my colours afterwards. But in this case, I saved it to last. Just do the regular hues to start with, and then the ink wash to do shadowing later. How's that looking? Cool. Dark for there. Voila. There we go. I think that's good there. And yeah, as I said, see all these little bits where I've gone out over the lines? Oh, you probably can't see it too. You'll see it when I scan it and get the final images on my Insta, which I've restarted at Pinups by Sheardo, so go find me there. All right, and now we need to finish off with black ink. I think I'll start with that Golly first. She's driest. This is the one that you want to do less is more of, because this black ink will definitely muddy up a drawing. You can see there. is really, really, really dark. So just use it sparingly. I used to use it a lot more often, and now I'm using it less and less and less. Too less. Oh, too much. Wow. Now it's all gone. I got to start again. I'll probably make the same mistake twice. Alright, there we go. See what I mean? Dangerous. Black's always dangerous. But while it's still wet, you can pull it back up. I'm going to use the black to do a light strand of hair there. I think I need to go a bit darker around the hands. And the hands pop a little bit more. No, boots are going to be black, so let's just use the black wash. That will do a layer of grey. And when I go later in with the black, I can just pick out where I want it to be highlighted. Or I might go over with the second layer of the black wash and then I'll just do me a second layer. Oh, look at that. Oh, she's nearly done, looking good. Maybe I won't do the, I was going to get out my old dry brush afterwards and go bit of secondary colour, but I don't know, these are looking nice and clean. What do you all reckon? Let me know what you think. All right. Going Miss Dolly, off you go. Maybe I'll let them dry and scan them. Just in case I stuff it up. Okay. So now I can use this black wash in the hair. It's going to look great. And I did do some blue and other shades in the hair, and I know the black will thicken it up and stuff, but it will in the end kind of layer it a little bit. And there we go. Oh, at the end I'm going to be doing that. Good old bit of black line work to do in the dress details. This dress hasn't got any of the dress details that need to be there. This is more, Mark. Remind yourself. Crud. Sometimes I do too much. This is more. As he says, because I've been drawing for, oh, they'll be going for an hour now. There we go. Let's get that one drying. Not much left. Oh, there's a lot of ink on these. I really need my hairbrush out, but I don't want to subject everyone to the noise of the hairbrush. Oh, look at that spread. Killed it. All right, I got this on hand. It's kind of a habit when I'm doing my black ink wash to always have that in my hand ready for emergencies, to just pull it back up quick, get out of there. Sometimes though, once you've made that mistake, because the area is still wet, the second you put some more on, it will just flow into that area. So avoid that if you can. Okay. And lastly, Sterling Rouge. I can get rid of that too. Out of the way. And let's get going here a little bit more. Still going. And this is looking good. All these layers. Laying up, looking lovely. Love it. Hope you're all enjoying watching the progress here. Oh, that was a killer. Black, too strong. Quick. That's better. Need a bit darkness down there because these legs are going backwards, but don't want that much. That's gonna cause me troubles. Stage lighting is always so strong, so you get much heavier shadows. There we go. Whew. I want these all to dry for a bit, so I might just wait for a little bit. Hi, Miss Cherubim. How you doing? Thank you. Yeah, more and more layered, more and more detailed. I've just got to add the final last bit of black line work to them, and they'll be done. So that's on her shoes, on her dress. Charlene LaRouge, it pretty much just needs to dry, a few touch-ups, and then Miss Monrose's, I need to do the extra details in the dress and the shoes. But to do that, this needs to be dry at 100%, or it's going to bleed, and then that's going to be some issues. But I think I will finish the inking right here, because no one wants to wait that long for those things to finish. When you want to see the final version of these, you'll have to check out my Instagram, which is at pinups_by_Sheardo, SHEARDO. I'll be posting these up next week because I'll have to let them dry, scan them, and then whack them up there. And I've got a weekend in between, and I don't do anything on the weekend. Not for Instagram, not for you, not for me. Well, no, it's all for me. Instagram, weekends, they're for me. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the sunshine.